Investing money and making it multiply is one of those decisions that everyone knows they should make, and the sooner the better. But there always seems to be a mountain of doubts blocking the way. Fixed income, stocks, investment funds, cryptocurrencies, real estate. There are so many options that people freeze before even taking the first step. If you have ever felt lost in this universe, if you have ever opened a brokerage account and stared at the screen not knowing what to click, take a deep breath and stay here with me. Because today we are going to break all of this down in a way that will make sense to you. But before talking about any type of investment, there is a foundation that no one should ignore. And that foundation begins with something that seems too basic to matter, but that in practice separates those who build wealth from those who spend their whole lives going in circles: financial organization and an emergency reserve. If you want to truly invest money and make that money grow, the first move is to put your financial life in order. That means looking honestly at your expenses, knowing exactly where every dollar is going, and putting together a plan that allows you to set aside a portion of what you receive every month. It does not need to be a perfect plan, but know that this plan needs to exist. Most people skip this step because it seems tedious, because it takes work to sit down and list expenses. But the truth is that no one can truly invest without knowing how much is left over, which is why doing this is so important. You can even open an account at a brokerage and buy some asset, but if there is no organized cash flow, in 3 months you will need to liquidate everything to cover a late bill. And then the investment earned nothing, it only gave you work and made you waste time, and that is not what we want. And then comes the stage that many people ignore because they consider it unnecessary: the emergency reserve. Think of it as a shield against the unexpected. Before thinking about any bolder investment, you should have saved enough to cover between 3 and 6 months of your cost of living. If you spend $3,000 per month to live, your reserve needs to be between $9,000 and $18,000. This money is not an investment, okay? It is simply a safety net against the unexpected. It is what allows you to invest in assets with peace of mind, without desperation, and without needing to liquidate everything at the worst possible moment. Once this stage is resolved, then you can look at the universe of investments with genuine freedom. And then the natural question arises: fixed income, variable income, cryptocurrencies, or another investment? What to choose first? Which of these paths is right for someone just starting out? The honest answer is that the journey of most successful investors begins with fixed income. Fixed income investments have predictability. You know before investing what the return will be, or at least the logic behind the return. In the United States, the most accessible options for beginners are treasury bonds, bank certificates of deposit, and high-yield accounts. Treasury bonds are issued by the federal government and are considered the safest investment in the country. If the government stops paying, it means the entire financial system has collapsed, so in practice the risk is virtually zero. Certificates of deposit work similarly, but are issued by banks. You deposit an amount for a set period, the bank pays you an interest rate for that, and at maturity you receive the amount back plus the earnings. And high-yield accounts are simply accounts at digital banks that pay between 4 and 5% per year, with the advantage that you can withdraw the money whenever you want. This is the ideal category for the emergency reserve. Fixed income offers security and stability. It will not make you rich overnight, but it also will not make you lose sleep. For those just starting out, it works as the base of the portfolio, the foundation on which everything else will be built. After fixed income, there is the territory of variable income: stocks, index funds, real estate, investment trusts. Here, the potential for gains rises considerably, but the volatility comes along with it. A stock can go up 15% in 3 months and fall 10% the following month. The nature of this market is exactly like that. It is normal for this to happen. For those just starting out, the most sensible way to enter variable income is through index funds, which are baskets that replicate the performance of a large group of companies at the same time. Instead of trying to guess which company will appreciate, you buy the entire market at once. The main American index, for example, brings together the 500 largest companies in the country. Those who consistently invested in this index over the past decades achieved an average return close to 10% per year. There are years of decline, there are years of significant gains, but over the long term, the historical trend is one of growth. Real estate investment trusts are another interesting entry point. They allow you to invest in commercial properties, logistics, warehouses, hospitals, shopping centers without needing to buy a physical property. You acquire shares in these funds and receive a portion of the rents those properties generate. It is a way of receiving passive income money that comes into your account without you needing to exchange hours for it, with an initial investment far more accessible than buying an apartment to rent out. And then there is a third universe that, in recent years, has moved beyond being a topic restricted to technology enthusiasts and has become part of the financial vocabulary of millions of people: cryptocurrencies. Here is a point that deserves attention. Cryptocurrencies have stopped being a fringe experiment. Bitcoin, which was born as an experimental project in 2009, is today treated by various analysts and institutions as a kind of digital gold. Its appreciation over the years is disproportionate when compared to most traditional assets. Those who believed in it early and held their position saw their wealth multiply in a way that few investments in history have been able to offer. However, it is a volatile market. The price can swing 20% in a single week, and it is precisely this volatility that makes investing in cryptocurrencies so attractive to those seeking diversification and above-average appreciation potential. The risk is real, but so is the potential for return. The question is knowing how much of your portfolio makes sense to allocate to this type of asset. Most experts suggest that the cryptocurrency portion represent between 5 and 15% of the total portfolio, never the whole thing. Because if the market falls 50%, and this has happened more than once, you need the financial structure to absorb that drop without panicking and selling everything at the bottom. And the reality is that whether you like the concept or not, cryptocurrencies are reshaping the financial system. Large corporations, investment banks, and even governments are studying or adopting the technology behind them. The investor who understands how this ecosystem operates now, who understands the cycles, the halving events, and the supply and demand dynamics, will be positioned in a way that most people will take years to reach. Regardless of the path you choose, fixed income, stocks, funds, cryptocurrencies, real estate, there is one truth that applies to all of them. Studying is the most profitable investment you can make in yourself. Understanding where you are putting your money completely changes the outcome. The person who invests without understanding is gambling. The person who invests with knowledge is making calculated decisions. The difference between the two over 10 or 20 years is enormous, and there is something that happens when you start investing with awareness and consistency. The returns begin working for you. In the beginning, the return seems insignificant. Maybe it covers a phone bill or something similarly small in value. Then it covers the health plan. And when you realize it, a portion of your monthly income no longer depends on your time, your working hours, your physical effort. It depends on decisions you made months or years ago. This is the essence of passive income. It is money that comes in because at some point in the past you decided to save instead of spend, to invest instead of consume, to wait instead of buy on impulse. And with each passing month, this mechanism turns with greater force. The first step does not need to be grand, just begin. It can be setting aside $100 this month and putting it in a high-yield account. It can be opening an account at a brokerage and buying your first share of an index fund. The initial amount matters far less than the act of starting, because once the habit takes hold, the total grows naturally. And 5 years from now, when you look back and see the wealth you built from simple and consistent decisions, you will understand that the most important moment of this entire journey was exactly this one. The moment you decided to stop just thinking about investing and finally acted. If you made it this far, comment, "Investing is the best decision." Just comment that, "Investing is the best decision." When I see your comment, I will know you are interested in this topic and I will record more content like this. Consider subscribing to the channel and clicking like as well. I will leave it here. Thank you for watching.